Mary Cosby is the realest housewife of them all. Done to the juiciest truth all the way from Capitol Hill to those Hollywood hills. Baby, we're reviewing and unpacking. Mirror, mirror on the wall. Yes, tell me who is the pettiest brown gossip girl of them all? Yes, the petty one is back here in the Petty Palace, welcoming you all to another episode. First and foremost, before we get into this Mary Cosby video that I wanted to do, I just want to thank my 40 subscribers. 40, I'm at 40 subscribers, you guys, and I am so excited. Thank you to you all, to the newest members of the Petty Bunch. Thank you for joining in. Thank you for just being a part of this petty ride. You know what I'm saying? It's been a fun ride thus far creating these videos, and I want to thank you guys for rocking with your girl. To my 40 subscribers, I just want to thank y'all for rocking with this petty commentary. Thank you so much. Again, we can all agree to disagree, and that's cool. You can go ahead and talk your shit in the comments, but just know I'm gonna talk mine right back, because that's what we do over here. This is a petty family, and we're petty over this way. So you say something petty, I'm gonna say something petty. Let's just continue to keep the petty interaction going. I'm here for it. I want to thank you guys for just taking a second out of your day, finding my video, and just going ahead and just saying what you're saying, talking your shit in the comments. Cause hey, that's what we do over this way. So I want to thank you guys for that. Also, please continue to like. A free way to support my channel is always going to be liking this video. That means you're pushing me out there to people who might not be checking for my petty ass commentary. So I want to thank you guys for that. Continue liking, sharing, subscribing. Again, to the newest members of the Petty Bunch, I cannot thank you guys enough. Here I am, 40 subscribers. Just started this channel about a month ago, and I just said, hey, let's just get out here, let's do it, let's talk. I'm a talker. I love to talk, I love to unpack, I love to dissect, I love to discuss. That's one of the things I love to do. So let's get into it. I want to talk about just Mary Cosby in general and how I feel that she is one of the gems of Bravo sphere. Mary has brought just a lot of just realness to the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, also to just being a Bravo housewife in general. There's something real about Mary. Her energy, it's just giving me, it's just taking me back to the days of reality TV when it was real-ality TV. We were delving into people's real lives. If y'all know, I'm always go back to the real world where you had people like Pedro and Trishelle and Puck. We watched Pedro battle HIV, which turned into full-blown AIDS. We watched him go through that situation. We watched him succumb to the disease. Like, this was his whole life on display. Him giving us his life, having AIDS, navigating AIDS. Also, shout out to Tammy Roman, who is definitely doing her damn thing. We watched Tammy have an abortion on national TV. Like, this was reality TV. It was straight, no chaser. It was raw. It was real. It was authentic. Now, watching reality TV now and watching how it has just become this scripted type of, okay, part of it's scripted, part of it's not scripted. It's just like you really don't know what you're getting. It's like we're becoming involved with these different cast of characters, and it's sometimes it's hard to separate the real from the fake. But one of the things I have to say about Mary Cosby is that she has never given fake to me. Matter of fact, like I just want to talk about this very real and raw conversation that she had when she gently confronted Robert Jr. about his addiction. Like if y'all seen the video, it really just brought me to tears. And as a parent, just watching her navigate this delicate situation and the way that she handled her child with grace and with the utmost respect. She put it all out there. She shed tears. She did not judge Robert Jr. And I just really thought that it was just a heart wrenching conversation. It was a heartbreaking conversation, but it was very much needed. And I just feel like Mary just gave parents who might be trying to navigate this space just some tips on how to handle a child battling, a drug addiction. So let's just get into it. So, Mary, this whole conversation when Robert goes, I don't know how I am. So, Mary goes into her confessional and she just gives us, just some foundational information about Robert Jr. and how he was a perfect child growing up, how he got good grades, how they used to talk openly and freely. He was a straight A student up until he graduated. Whatever he put his mind to it, he would accomplish it. And so Mary was just saying that Robert Jr. was her and Robert Sr.'s prize. He was just very smart, he was very advanced, and that is the Robert that she was trying to reach while having this conversation. She's trying to get back to the heart of her, of her child. So she just asked him because she noticed just things had just started spiraling out of control. Now, Mary admitted she knew that Robert was smoking weed and that he was doing edibles, but she did not know that his addiction was just that it had blown into Xanax, Adderall, and cocaine. She had no idea. So Mary's like, so what are we doing? You have to talk to me. And so Robert goes and he confesses, like, I've been taking Xanax. And Mary is like, why? And he's just like, I don't know. I didn't sleep last night. So then he took some Adderall to balance out the Xanax. And so, Mary is like, do you see this as a problem? Are you unhappy? And he's like, no, life just really feels like unseasoned chicken. But when I'm high, it feels like some seasoning has been added to it. And so Mary is just like, so when did you start using? So Robert goes, when I turned 16. Now, mind you, Real Housewives of Salt Lake City has been on for about 4 years. Now, that means Robert Jr. was 16 when this show started. So it's like you have to wonder where and how Robert what was the triggering moment for Robert Jr. to to start getting hooked on like these drugs. Like before, Mary said, hey, yeah, he was doing weed, he was doing edibles. But when did he start upping the ante by using Xanax and things like that? And so part of me is just wondering, like, remember when we were introduced as viewers to Mary Cosby? We were introduced to her. Mary's background, her story was just so salacious because they portrayed her as being, hey, she was married to her step grandfather. So that right there was just taboo within itself because it's like, whoa, 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 whoa. We had never seen anything like this with a housewife and her husband being her step grandfather. So that right there, you're wanting to think like, could this story about the family and about how Mary and her husband got together and Robert Jr. seeing his family on TV and seeing his mom reveal, how she basically her inheritance was basically based on the fact that, her grandmother told her, like, hey, if you want this lifestyle, you want this money, you want this church, you want all these things, then you have to marry your step grandfather. And I'm just wondering, could that have been one of the triggering factors for Robert Jr. to start, just trying to detach from the reality of seeing his mom on reality TV, seeing her tell the story of how she got with his father, who was her step grandfather? Could those be some of the things that could have triggered Robert Jr. into using? Because he goes, life is like unseasoned chicken, but when he's using, it turns into seasoned chicken. So I'm just wondering, by him using it. Now, again, this is just me going off, just going off the dome, wondering, could the fact that, something that was a very private story, like the family, of course, we as viewers never knew anything about Mary Cosby, didn't know anything about Robert Sr., but people, in their town, being in the city of Utah, church family, friends of the family members may have known the story. But because it wasn't a national story and we didn't know anything about it, could the fact that this story becoming national and now his mother being out there, being a reality TV star and telling her story, could that have been one of the things to trigger his addiction? Okay, so Robert goes and he was saying he first started using when he was 16. He first, he was doing natural stuff, and then one day he went to a party and someone gave him a Xanax, and so he liked that high with the Xannies that he was taking, so he started buying it. Then he started adding Molly to it, and then he started adding acid and cocaine to it. Then he was like, he used to buy the 30 milligrams of Oxy. And then he talks about the one time where he took 10 pills at once and he couldn't even feel his high. And as he's talking, you can see the love, a mother's love. You can see the love that Mary has for her son reflected in her eyes as she's talking to him. And as she's talking to him, it's just like you just see the tears, you just see the hurt. And she's like, as a parent, she's blaming herself. Where did I go wrong? How did I fail my child? How did I not see these signs? And I remember sometimes, when the show first came on and watching Robert Jr., sometimes I would be wondering, like, has this kid, has he been smoking or whatever? Because he just seemed really, you guys know, like if you've seen somebody high, they're just like, just way chill, just way laid back. And it's just, they're just like, so they're unbothered. Doesn't matter what you say to them, they're unbothered. And they're just like in this spaced out zone. And it's like, you can't, you really can't get a read on them. Nothing really matters to them at all. So Mary goes on and says, I won't judge you. I can try to help you, but you have to help yourself. I'm not supporting this addiction at all. I'm not supporting this at all. And then she asks him, do you accept that you have a problem? Because remember, the first thing in order to battle any type of addiction is the person who is addicted to the substance or whatever, they themselves have to admit that, yes, I have a problem, there is a problem. So that's the first thing. You have to recognize that something's going on. So, Mary's like, do you accept you have a problem? And then again, Mary goes into blaming herself. She feels disappointed. She feels like she let Robert Jr. down. And she's just like, how did the weed and the edibles go to Xanax, Adderall, cocaine? So, then the conversation just turns again into a mother not judging her child, but loving her child so much that she is having this heart-wrenching, heartbreaking conversation because she wants to get him the help. And Mary goes on like, every morning you wake up, it's a blessed morning. You know, you get new mercy every day that you wake up. You are blessed. Basically, like, we have given you this life where you pretty much, the world is at your fingertips. Whatever it is you need, your father and I can provide for you. You are very blessed. And she just, keeps reiterating that you are blessed. And then Robert Jr. goes, that, he talked about how he just really wanted to die. And he just felt like a stain. And it's like, that right there was probably, that hit me real hard. And the thing is, it's like, you never know in this life what people are growing through, what they're struggling with. And like, you look at somebody like Mary and you look inside her home and how lavish it is, how nice it is, how many rooms she has, how much Chanel this, Tiffany that, Louis this, Louis that. She's, balling out of control, has money. Her son has been living the life of Riley, but yet and still he is not happy. And it's so crazy. It's like, we look at people who are rich and we think they have everything. And it's like, how could somebody rich be depressed? And it's just like, money is not everything. Money does not buy happiness. And clearly, with Robert Jr., he is just not happy. And it was just heartbreaking to hear this kid say that he felt like a stain. And Mary goes, as a parent, like, do you know what would happen to me if you left this earth? And then you just see, just Mary is just the tears are just coming and coming and coming. And to see Robert Jr. say, you are the only reason why I didn't kill myself. Like, for me, like, this is this right here, this is reality TV. Mary Cosby, somebody hand her flowers, because first of all, she did not have to allow the cameras to come in and to record a moment that we the people, we didn't have to be privy to at all. So the fact that this reality TV star is giving us a dose of her reality, of her real life and what's going on, and not the bullshit cattiness that we're used to watching, the drama, the shade throwing. No, the fact that this woman is going through one of the most difficult situations in her life with her son, and him battling this addiction, and her allowing the cameras to come in and catch them at their most vulnerable moment. This is this is reality TV. This is the stuff that, hey, if you are of a certain age and you don't know anything about the real world, then if you watch this scene, you are definitely getting a glimpse into what reality TV is. The stuff that we have grown accustomed to watching. And I can't wait till Bronwyn reads what's her face, Brittany, or Bronwyn and Angie go at it, or Bronwyn and Whitney go at it. Like, no, all that stuff is just fake. It's of no nutritional value. It's just for shits and giggles, entertainment purposes. But the stuff that Mary and Robert Sr. and Jr. are going through at this moment, this is reality TV. This right here is the real deal Holyfield. And it's like, somebody give Mary Cosby her flowers for allowing us into her vulnerable moment. Thank God that Robert Jr. is in rehab, getting the help that he needs. And Mary, as of recent, has said that he's doing wonderfully. in navigating this new space in his life. So, I mean, y'all comment below. How did you feel like after watching this scene? I know for me, like I had my tissues and everything. I was I was snotting right along with Mary and with Robert, because anytime a person is talking about wanting to not be here anymore for whatever reason, it's like it's breathtaking, it's heart-wrenching, it's a lot. It's a lot. And that's someone who has, lost family members to them unaliving themselves and no longer wanting to be here. It's like this stuff, it hits home, it hits different. It just hits different for me. And it's a lot. And so I don't know. And here I am about to tear up again just thinking about it. It's like this woman really allowed cameras to come in and for us to see her trying to be strong for herself, and for her kid, and for her just telling him, I love you, we're gonna get through this. Like that's a lot. That's a lot. And honestly, I don't even know if I was in Mary's shoes, if I would have even allowed cameras to come in to my home and just see this. So, kudos to Mary. I gotta shake it off. It's a lot. So y'all, again, comment. Let me know how you feel about this. If you watched it, how do you feel Mary navigated this conversation? How do y'all feel about Mary now? Like, if you were not a Mary fan, as a fan of Salt Lake City, if you were not a Mary fan to begin with, how do you feel about Mary now? Has your view of Mary changed since we're getting to see another side of Mary that she has never allowed us to see? Yeah, y'all. So that's all I got for now. So I'm gonna see y'all in the next video. And until next time, the petty one is out.